What's up, baby? You've been talking to me for some time now, bro.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
It's usually over to the left more. I should probably put like indents in my carpet of like where I usually put the camera so I don't have to play with it every time. Alright, in today's edition of WTF is going on with the internet, we'll be exploring Antonio Brown versus Logan Paul and Deestroying. Pretty much AB versus YouTube. I'm not going to really go in too much depth about each of these people individually, like a bio or anything. One, because Google exists. And two, I feel like this video is already going to be long without me explaining who they are, so... Chapter 1. The Avengers. Logan Paul, fresh off his L from KSI.
Maybe because I'm a moron or something, but I don't feel like I lost.
Was frantically looking for a way to restore his ego. I'm sure you might have remembered this part of the story. It happened like a month ago. He was just calling out anyone that would listen.
Who do you want Conor to fight next?
Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
Me.
You?
I swear to God. I think I would destroy CM Punk if I'm being honest. I don't know if anyone would disagree with that. I would,
He was just calling out whoever would listen. And none of these people were really acknowledging him the way I felt like he wanted to be acknowledged. No one was really feeding into his large ego until Logan kind of recognized an opportunity. If you're not familiar, KSI in a boxing match gave Logan an opportunity to get a second chance at his career. After the whole Japan situation, Logan was probably one of the most hated people on the internet. But fighting KSI gave him a sense of purpose. Logan, instead of trying to swing up at people that really wouldn't give him the time of day, recognized that he should give someone else this opportunity to redeem themselves the same way that he had the opportunity to redeem himself. And no one needed a second chance more than the man that was in story after story, controversy after controversy.
The Patriots just released Antonio Brown from the team. Antonio Brown spent just 11 days in Foxborough.
But today,
Sports Illustrated reporting a woman accusing Antonio Brown of exposing himself to her says Brown sent her intimidating text messages.
Antonio Brown bolts after bonding out of jail.
That way. You're going to the right, Antonio. You're running the wrong way.
Antonio Brown. AB needed a second chance bad. Logan Paul, I feel like, knew this and started drawling on KFC radio.
Antonio Brown, I want to f you up. How sick would that be?
Logan Paul, Antonio Brown, and you were talking boxing here?
Yeah.
And for a little while, it really seemed like nothing was gonna happen. It seemed like another person was ignoring Logan's attempt at fighting. And then the odds of the fight were released. Logan was favored over Antonio Brown, and I feel like this is what heated up Antonio Brown a little bit, so he felt the need to actually respond. AB tweeted, "Logan Paul, square up." And in an interview, Logan was like, yo, I gotta respond with something viral. So he said, I'm gonna drop you quicker than the Patriots. And I will give Logan Paul credit. This is probably the funniest thing he's ever said, and probably the funniest tweet to exist on his Twitter account. Might also be the only funny tweet to exist on his Twitter account. After this tweet exchange, there were headlines everywhere. And after you see all the attention that this was gathering, all the people that were picking up this story, you could tell that both guys really had nothing to lose, but everything to gain to fight. Chapter 3. No, really. Fight. And this is where it starts to heat up. This is where the intensity kicks in. He has the opportunity to be at the same event as Antonio Brown at the same time. And this is after they've been doing all their Twitter finger exchanges. So they have the opportunity to stop talking and to be about that action.
And I say it again, my guy, I'm gonna drop you faster than the Patriots.
And Logan Paul uses that as the thumbnail of his video, so obviously people are clicking because they see the headlines from before, and this video gets massive traction. Chapter 4.
Tell Logan to join the live.
AB enters the chat, and by chat I mean Instagram Live. I just wanted to fit into a meme format. And what it really comes down to is Antonio Brown's mad because he's not getting a piece of the pie.
Knock you out, I'ma knock Deestroying out. You see this? Tell Logan to call me. You see this, kids? Kids. This false promotion. This is what people do to steal AB likeness. Cat Records. The kid Deestroying got me on his page talking about he used to know AB. Bro, we gonna sue you for contract infringement. Tell Logan to join the live.
Logan's video, let me check real quick. Logan's video gets 3.6 million views. So Antonio Brown hops on Instagram Live, pretty much is saying that this violated the contract that him and Logan had. A contract, you say, sir? But Logan stated a long time ago that they were a lot closer to the actual fight than a lot of people really knew. And this kind of validates it, that a contract was written and has been signed or not signed yet by both parties. It also raises a question. What is this?
Bro, we gonna sue you for contract infringement.
What does that mean? I don't know what word he's trying to say, but I don't think that is a legal word. So this live stream kind of confirms that they were close to getting to a fight. But Antonio Brown also brings up another person that I have not talked about in this video outside of the intro.
The kid Deestroying got me on his page.
Which is Deestroying.
Chapter 5. Deestroying enters the chat. Haha, I got my meme in.
So a little quick wacky side plot, but if you made it to this point in the video, you're kind of enjoying it and you should leave it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't want to miss an upload. But anyway, continuing on. Deestroying apparently, okay, I guess there's evidence. So Deestroying actually saw the side of Antonio Brown that was often not portrayed on the media. Him being a great human being. This is around the time that Antonio Brown was exploding, getting in all the controversy and all that stuff. So when the original heat with Logan Paul and Antonio Brown blew up, Deestroying made a video titled Dear Antonio Brown, which really just outlined the relationship that Deestroying had with Antonio Brown and that he wanted to see Antonio Brown get some help because he feels like the actions that he was doing, his antics, were very much a cry for help. I'm not going to break down the specifics of that video, mostly because I feel like that alone would add 8 minutes of content to this video. So I'm going to link it in the description if you want to watch that to get the whole piece of that story, but I just summarized it for you. But for some reason, Antonio Brown took that video as Deestroying clout chasing, and that is why his name was dropped for being sued. Even though a couple of months before this live stream, Antonio Brown was chasing clout off of Deestroying for YouTube, and you might be looking at me weird saying that Antonio Brown was robbing clout off of those people when Antonio Brown is more of a household name than either of those two people will ever be. I've mentioned this before in the video, but I think it's important to recognize that real world clout does not equate to YouTube and internet clout, and vice versa. Someone that is not fond of YouTube wouldn't know who PewDiePie is, even though he's the largest creator on the platform. And the reverse is also true. Someone who spends a lot of time on the internet might not be super aware of who Antonio Brown is, and Antonio Brown doesn't really do anything, normally speaking, that gets people on YouTube to talk about him. And that's what I mean by YouTube clout. Anyway, Deestroying responds to the whole live stream situation, making a video called I'm Being Sued by Antonio Clown, which is pretty much a vlog with like 3 minutes of him addressing the situation, with a quick intro at the beginning of the video of him just burning Antonio Clown's jersey, and him ending it pretty much by just calling out Antonio Brown. And he puts the ball right back in Antonio Brown's court.
Asked me to sit with him in his office and explain YouTube, help him get his YouTube up. Bro, I'm not after your fucking clout. I've been getting millions of views, nigga. You seen my shit before I even talked to you. So you're trying to beef with Logan Paul right now, trying to fight him in box. Come on, bro, I see the game you're playing. But if you want to play that game, bro, we could do that. You're beefing with Logan Paul right now, who's the freaking GOAT at this shit. He dropped the diss track on you and the shit slit. You're gonna have clown emojis all over your page for the rest of your life, bro. If you really want to do this, let me know. It's on you, AB, what you want to do.
And reminds everyone that Antonio Brown might have CTE.
Unless we're gonna charge you. See, sometimes I think I got CTE because I get like real aggressive.
Be it NFL fans. That's CT catching up with you, man, G.
Chapter 6. Finally, the diss track. Now, after that side plot, we're back at the main timeline. By main timeline, I mean the series of unfortunate events between Antonio Brown and Logan Paul.
Fuck AB! Fuck AB! Fuck AB!
It is at this point that we're all caught up to the current situation, kind of. So in that vlog I mentioned not too long ago, that Logan Paul post, at the end card he teases a diss track saying that he says that if he reaches that many likes he would drop the diss track. The video actually never gets to that number, so Logan never drops the diss track. It did get an absurd 370,000 likes, which is a high number on its own, but not enough to reach the goal that Logan set to get the diss track. But it looked like Logan was really just looking for any reason reason to drop it, and Antonio Brown gave him the perfect opportunity, which was that live stream.
No, you should've never started with me. Shouts to OBJ, I got real starters with me. And yeah, your girl said that ain't nobody harder than me. No, you should've never started with me. No, you shouldn't say you ain't playing games, but your head look like some Tetris. Dropped by your agent and your lawyer while you flexing. I'm here to save you, take the blessing, cause your career fell apart like One Direction.
Surprisingly, the diss track doesn't suck. And I say surprisingly because the Paul brothers are notoriously known for posting cringy music.
Honky tonk, honky tonk. Ohio fried chicken is what it's called. I got my truck.
But anyway, this diss track again puts the ball in Antonio Brown's court. So Antonio Brown has both Deestroying and Logan Paul targeting him, and both are full ready to take anything that Antonio Brown's gonna respond with.
All right, as I was editing this, it's just in that here we are. Antonio Brown responded to the diss track and said, let's just fight. So here we are. I was right. He's not ready to take this internet stuff. He is ready to throw hands.
And it's at this point we get to chapter 7. The conclusion, aka my opinion. I will say Antonio Brown's not well versed in the internet enough to take these two on in a internet front. So I'm kind of interested to see what Antonio Brown's going to do next. And this whole situation is interesting to say the least. All of these people are really huge in their respective industries. So whatever clash goes on is going to get a lot of attention, and it might get Antonio Brown that internet clout that he was looking for. There's also still the possibility that all of this was faked and just another way to market the fight, because they know that this will get commentary YouTubers like myself to talk about the situation in a way that would promote the fight for free. That would never happen, right? That's not even a possibility. And I actually do agree with Logan Paul. He said that in a lot of ways this could be one of the biggest events of 2020, and it very well could be. Mostly because both sides have people that hate them and want to see the other person get pummeled. Antonio Brown's downfall and spiral downward, he's got a lot of people that not like him. And there's a lot of people that still don't like Logan Paul over his controversy from Japan. So there's a lot of people that want to see them both get beat up. And just as many doubters as they both have, they have equally as many supporters. So I think monetarily this could be one of the biggest events of 2020, and there's no doubting that that's actually a possibility. As far as it being an event that I need to see, not really. Dazin, miss me with that subscription. Anyway, this is probably one of my longer videos. Thanks so much for watching. If you got to this point in the video, like the end, I don't know why you're not subscribed at this point. You should be. You definitely should be. I caught your attention this long and you're gonna go ahead and not subscribe? That's weird. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment your thoughts or any feedback you have for this video. And share this to a friend. Help me grow. We recently just broke 100 subscribers, and I'll make a formal video about that milestone next video, but I really wanted to get this one out because this just happened 2 days ago. Anyway, that's all I got for you, and as always, Will Walks is out. Or as my dad said, Will walking out. Peace out.